Good morning, Marcel, dear guests, dear members of the press. We are pleased to try to briefly to introduce our convention center in Punta del Este. But first, I have prepared just few facts and tips about Uruguay. My colleague was introducing some of them, but I will try to make some added values about it. First of all, about 15 years ago when I have started in this industry, and I was introduced to some clients, especially here in IMEX, the first question was, where are you from? And I say, Uruguay. And most of the people were saying, Uruguay? Yes, yeah, that was the reason. Not too many people knows about our country, and that is really true. But since, I will say, more or less 5 years ago, during the World Cup in South Africa, 2010, Uruguay became more successful. We have a rich football history along, I will say, more than 120 years. But I think that the communications and technology makes it easier for us to know our country. And this team put us on the map, I will say. And of course, Google, after the semi-finals games, they tried to search the word Uruguay 500,000 times in 2 hours in Google. And that shows the importance that nowadays has sports to position in a country or a destination. And Uruguay is not an exception. Our best player in the South Africa World Cup, Diego Forlán, and the players were ambassadors of our country from all over the world. And maybe you know these ones. Luis Suarez in Barcelona, that now is playing the finals of the Champions Leagues in Barcelona, or maybe Cavani, now is in the Paris Saint-Germain. Those are the best ambassadors we have nowadays in Europe. About the location, Uruguay is located between Brazil and Argentina, as my colleague mentioned before. We have 3,400,000 population. Accessibility to Uruguay, we have 2 international airports, Montevideo International Airport and Punta del Este International Airport. Many airlines are connecting our country not only to the immediately region, also on international basis, but also there are services of direct ferries from Buenos Aires. And here you can use the ferries that has a capacity more or less of 1,100 persons per ferry, crossing in 2 hours, 15 minutes, from capital Buenos Aires to capital Montevideo. And this is great when you are organizing a meeting. And also you have the ground transportation connecting our cities, especially Punta del Este and Montevideo, with all the most important cities around in the immediate region. What about some tips and facts that are important, and we say always, it's not only talking about football. Uruguay is a strong political and social stability, ranks first in social economical development and best income distribution in Latin America. Uruguay ranks 4th in human development in Latin America. Respect for environment. This year, 50% of total energy matrix will come from renewable energy, and this is something great if you see what's going on in the rest of the world. And we are really care, and for that reason, Uruguay Natural, the brand, we are positioning Uruguay natural Uruguay, because not just it's a casual fact, it's because we are doing things for that. According to the World Economic Forum, Uruguay ranks 44th among 142 countries on technology development, highest internet penetration and greatest download speed in the region. First country in the world to implement the 1 laptop per child program. You know the importance of technology when you are organizing meetings, and Uruguay is, at the moment, one of the leader countries in the region. Uruguay shares the top 3 with France and Malaysia on best sanitary assistance on global level, and this is according to the Annual Retirement Index 2014. Human scale of the cities, strong touristic attractions, hospitality, security, health, education, those are things that are helping our country. 3 million tourists every year visit our country. And probably in short time, we are going to have more. And this produces an income of practically $1,800 million a year. And for sure, this income will be improved in the recent years. Taxes. You don't pay hotel taxes for foreign tourists and visitors. This is really important. Second, there is a tax exemption for all touristic services paid by foreign credit cards. Tax-free for shops. Meeting and events. Uruguay hosts more than 100 regional and international meetings a year, and this is improving, I will say, in the next 5 years for sure, will be improved with the new infrastructure. $130 million revenue, this means 7% of total tourism income. And this shows the importance of the industry in our country and in the region. Meetings in Uruguay will continue growing very fast. And this has been happening, I will say, since the year 2000. And this shows the government especially a big opportunity, the big opportunity to conquer the international market. But it was really important to go to the international market to invest for success. And invest for success was think by the government and took action immediately. And the government of Maldonado, that is in our case Punta del Este where it's based, decided to invest in this infrastructure, the new Convention and Exhibition Center. Punta del Este, for those who really don't know about the destination, is located 140 kilometers from Montevideo, the capital city. It has its own international airport, Punta del Este Laguna del Sauce. It has been confirmed as the Uruguayan destination, the most leader, or the most, I would say, leading Uruguayan destination for foreign direct investment in the last decade. And that is easy to see if you are visiting the destination. Punta del Este receives a year 1.8 million tourists. And at the moment, it is the most important and glamorous resort in Latin America. Incredible beaches, luxury hotels, sophisticated restaurants. Celebrities visiting Punta del Este the whole year. And you can see some of them, but there are more, and more every year. 250 hotels from 3 to 5 stars. Great places for social events. The Convention Center is developed in an area of 120,000 square meters in a unique green surroundings. And I will tell you, if you go there, you will be surprised with the environment and how they will attract delegates for every meeting that decided to choose Punta del Este to organize this event. This is the layout for the meeting area. We have 5,400 square meters, a great ballroom for 200 and 600 delegates, 14 breakout rooms, big foyers, big lunch, and a full technological equipment. This is going to be the largest ballroom in Uruguay and will give the opportunity to biggest events to come to our country. But remember, according to the ICA statistics, 93% of total events worldwide are not bigger than 1,000 delegates. So the idea when we decided to invest in this infrastructure was to host more than one event at the same time. And this is the idea. But also we have an exhibition hall. The exhibition hall is about 5,600 square meters. It will have a restaurant and coffee shop. It's directly connected with the meeting area, business center, a parking lot for 600 cars, and also a parking lot for buses. This is going to be the biggest in the country, and will be the chance not only to be used for trade shows and exhibitions, also, for example, a big cocktail, a big gala dinner for big events. If you pretend to have success in our region, especially in Latin America, the reason to choose Punta del Este is because we are located, not, I will say, strategically because Uruguay is located in the best part of Latin America, but talking about strategically about meetings, Punta del Este is perfect place. Why? If you talk about the professional association market, most, and I have been talking with Marcel about that, most of the headquarters are located in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay. So if you organize a meeting in our country and in Punta del Este, you will have the biggest attendance in the region from those associations, because most of them are based no more than 2-hour flight from our city. And this is quite important. Second, for the corporate market has a big opportunity to show the products, to show the services to a first-class visitors that are coming every year to Punta del Este. And you know that this important resort in South America is one of the most important for, I would say, for the visitors with more and more importance in the region. And I will tell you, in the last years, not only celebrities, big company owners and big corporations have been trying to organize events to show the products, and there were no infrastructure able to host those events. And now this opportunity is very clear. For the international governmental associations, the same. This is a strategic location because Uruguay has been historically the headquarters of the main EGOS associations in the region, like ALADI, Mercosur, ARPEL, Pasteur Institute, and many others. And this will help the international associations to be in the best place to call the attention of the biggest attendance. Last but not least, tax exception for all the services related to regional and international meetings. You know that the taxes apply in the immediate region, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay, are very similar, from 19 to 22%. So, when you think in budgets, 22% less paying for the services is really too much. And this is a big advantage that Uruguay easily is giving to all organizers and people that is thinking to organize events in our country. No visa for most of the countries. This is difficult to find in Latin America. Uruguay is open, free open, with all the countries worldwide. Human scale destination, great security, professional services, hospitality people. Uruguay is hospitality every time. Our people likes tourism, like delegates from meetings, and we have a big expertise in the last years. Since the year 2000, Uruguay has been a leading country to implement the tax exception, and it's the first country around the world, the tax exception for meetings, tax exception for hotels, and many other services. And this is unique, I will say. So, if you are thinking in organize a meeting, think in Punta del Este, your next meeting destination. Thank you very much indeed.